Hi, this is Danny Searle after Ebbsfleet 2, AFC Fylde 1. Relief, excitement, what's your reaction after that?
Mixed emotions, to be fair. Obviously, listen, it was massively important today that we got 3 points, which we've done that, so that's that box ticked. I think from a performance perspective, we could have made it a lot more comfortable for ourselves than we did, and then you give them a sniff and they get a goal, and suddenly it's panic stations for 3 or 4 minutes before we sort of settle down again. But look, the most important thing today, and we said that at all costs we must win the game, and I can't criticise the lads for that because they did their job.
Goals are coming from all sorts of areas these days, and today Ben Chapman popped up with a couple. Was he given instructions to get further forward today?
No, look, I think Chapo's got quality from both sides, and we know he's competent with both feet, so he does it a lot in training. And we get into a situation where he comes on, he cuts inside, he's a threat from crossing situations, and obviously he's got a decent strike on him as well, and he nearly had a second one in the first half from a similar angle as well. So am I delighted it happened? Yes. Am I surprised? Not really, because I know what his quality is about.
And what about the rest of the side? Did they play to the way you wanted today because you wanted to win the game? But this Fylde side, they're far better than their league position gives the impression, aren't they? They're not an easy side to roll over. No,
not at all. And I think that from our perspective, like, if you look at the league table, they're above us. So pretty much most of the teams we play now are above us. So at the end of the day, they're all going to be tough games, and we knew that we could impose ourselves. And I think for the most part of the game, we did impose ourselves on it. And it was a bit flat at times. I felt you can hear the quietness in the stadium, and I've said from when I first came in, it's our job to get them up. And actually, a few little rash tackles and a sending off. Suddenly, the crowd are alive, and we capitalised on that by making sure that we put our foot in when we needed to. But look, I think, was it my favourite performance so far this season? No, but obviously we took 3 points, so I'm not going to be too greedy.
You said that. Is the quality of performance less important than the results now?
Yeah, look, if you said to me we're going to play poorly till the end of the season and win every game, I'd probably take that. But I think from our perspective, we've just said in the dressing room there that that's not our standard. And it's a pleasing thing when you're watching a team play that's winning games, that's maybe not hitting the standards. If you look at the Dagenham and the Southend performances, they were much better performances than that. But look, at the end of the day, we said at all costs we must win the game, and we did that.
You worked a lot of good opportunities today, and you had some very near misses, didn't you?
Yeah, look, I think there obviously at half-time would have been delighted to go on 1-0 because we could have been 3 or 4, and then even second half we've created some great goal-scoring opportunities, and on another day we could be sitting here talking about a 4, 5, 6, whatever it might be. But look, it's when those situations when you're not getting those opportunities and they're not going your way, that's when you need to dig in and make sure that wherever the goals come from, we get the goals, and we did that again today. So again, something we need to work on and make sure we're better against Solihull, but we'll take the 3 points.
You're now in the last 2 weeks of the season. It's going to be pretty congested. You mentioned the game at Solihull on Tuesday. Next Saturday you're back here for your last home game. Then you've got the Halifax game, you've got the Maidstone Kent Senior Cup game, and then you finish off at Boreham Wood. The next 2 weeks are going to be pressure. How do you deal with that?
I think it's just the same way we've dealt with every game. It's been pressure since we came in. I mean, we came in second from bottom, and we played more games than everyone else, and we're starting to rely on other teams to drop points because obviously if they win all their games and we win our games, we can't catch them. Now the boot's on the other foot now. We've got games in hand. We're 5 points outside the relegation zone. If we're going to be pessimistic, all we've got to do is make sure we don't do worse than what the teams below us are doing, and we'll be fine. But we're better than that, and we're more optimistic than that, and we think now we've put a good enough marker down that we can go and really sort of impose ourselves on these last 4 fixtures.
Solihull won at Bromley today in the semi-final of the FA Trophy. They're going to go to Wembley in that competition. Do you think that could affect their mentality going into Tuesday night's game? No, because if they weren't playing in the Trophy today, they'd have been in the league game today, and they're playing for a chance to get in the playoffs. So I don't think that will affect them, and they've got a good enough squad that if they do need to change some players, I'm sure they can. But the bottom line from our perspective is we know that we're going to a team that's chasing promotion, and if we're going to get anything out of the game, we've got to be very, very good, and I'm confident that we can do that. And the quick turnaround for Tuesday night, it's only 72 hours away. How's the squad looking in terms of fitness? Do you think you're going to have a full complement to choose from? Yeah, I believe so, barring the ones that we know are already kind of not ruled out for the season, but we know that they're not going to be ready for the next week or so. So look, we're nursing a few that have probably got a few little knocks and niggles, but I don't think you ever play fully fit. So
And I think that's when the character comes down, and we talked about that before.
You're certainly edging your way to that finishing line, aren't you? And I know you want to get there sooner rather than later. But next Saturday at home would be great in front of your own fans. But you'd like to do it on Tuesday, wouldn't you?
Yeah, look, if we can win, I believe that most of the teams below us have only got 3 left. If we can get 3 points on the board on Tuesday, obviously it'll be massive. The most important thing is to get something out of the game. My partner always talks about. She uses analogies and things, and she says the old saying, "How do you eat an elephant?" And it's one bite at a time, and that's what we need to do. Just take one bite at a time, keep chipping away at these points total, and we'll be fine.
Well, another 3 points on the board today. Well done, congratulations, and good luck on Tuesday.
Amazing, thank you very much.